Welcome back to Zero Sum Gaming. I parody the Nostalgia Critic so you don't have to. The 1980s was a fantastic decade. Ultra-violent toys such as Rambo and RoboCop were regularly marketed to children. Patriotism was viewed as a good thing.
America, fuck yeah, coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah.
That wasn't exactly the 80s, but it did capture the spirit of them well. And video games were becoming an ever more important part in the lives of children everywhere.
You are playing with power.
Punch-Out by Nintendo. 11 world-class contenders. Take them down with your controller, beat them all, and you've got a shot at Tyson's title.
Power.
But for that, you've got to beat Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
Did you ever walk into the dollar store toy aisle and see the generic versions of licensed characters? Ice Princess, Army George. Now did you ever imagine they created an entire TV series using these phonies? Well, as it turns out they did, and it was called Captain N the Game Master. This series is a giant fuck you to fans of video games everywhere. Manufactured, clearly, by people who never actually played any of these games. It's as if they saw the box art to Mega Man and Kid Icarus exactly one time, and designed the entire series based on a fuzzy memory. So we start with our opening credits, which features an introduction to each of our generic ripoffs. Mega Man, who apparently has Mega Tourette's.
Wake up, Kid Icarus.
Wait a minute. Kid Icarus? Isn't that like calling Bruce Willis's character in Die Hard... Die Hard? Against Simon Belmont.
It's Congo Land.
Mother Brain will get you, little princess.
Princess, the palace is
Zelda's skanky sister.
Behold.
From there we enter the live-action segment, featuring a California cool teenager stereotype in a Letterman jacket, complete with Toad to show just how rad he is. And his dog. Wait a minute. Did they draw a patch on that dog's eye like Petey from our game? Anyway, one badly done shriek of surprise and some tentacle more later, our hero is now animated. I love how this kid plays his video games. I'm having a seizure, but this sure is fun! Actually, I'm pretty sure that's also how he watches Pornhub.
We're too strong for him. Who's too strong for them, King Hippo? You're too strong for him, Mother Brain. What's so funny, Eggplant Wizard?
As the first episode opens, we see two henchmen, a fat blue guy with giant nipples, and a sentient eggplant, who serve Michael Jackson's face, voiced by none other than Audrey II.
That's right, especially for those poor souls in the Palace of Power. It won't be long before I, beautiful goddess that I am, become queen of Video Land.
The face apparently wants to become queen of Videoland, just like Michael Jackson.
I'm afraid we can't hold out much longer. Kid Icarus, your loyalty has never diminished.
Just doing my duty, Your Highness.
Kid Icarus. Ugh. He's been on screen for exactly 2 minutes, and already I want to throat punch him into puberty. So they hear from the talking Power Glove, or talking Force Sleeve, about the live-action jock that will save them all.
Shall warp into our world and lead you to victory. He is Captain N, the Game Master.
What? How did we get here? Simon Belmont, Kid Icarus, Mega Man?
And you must be Captain N.
You guys aren't real. You're just so many computer bytes in my game cartridges.
I'm Princess Lana.
I'm in love. I mean...
Gary, this is Lisa.
You were our only hope, but you let her down.
Then I'll be the beautiful queen of Video Land.
Poor princess. She's very much upset at us.
I want to shoot that thing in the headicus!
We must cheer her up.
Don't fret your little mega mind. There's only one person who can cheer up the princess, and I'm looking at him.
I didn't know there was an animated version of Milo Yiannopoulos.
Yoo-hoo, Princess Darling, it's me, Simon Belmont.
Your sassy gay friend.
Put her down!
Yeah, you show them, Kevin.
Hey, get away, mutt! Get off!
Get off of me!
So, is he a cannibal that just consumes mass quantities of fiber? There actually used to be licensed music here, but apparently they didn't have the budget to spring for it on the DVDs. Get used to this song. You'll hear it a lot.
Super power pads too, cool.
If you think you're so good, human, try to outrun me!
Anytime you're ready.
How to defend yourself against a man armed with a banana? Yeah, you, take this. Now it's quite simple to defend yourself against the banana fiend. First of all, you force him to drop the banana. Next, you eat the banana, thus disarming him.
This isn't Metroid.
It's Congo Land.
Congoland? But that's the home of Donkey Kong!
Who made Donkey Kong a giant monogram towel? And more importantly, where can I get one?
My arrows will stop that Apicus Maximus.
Fuck you, Icarus! Didn't pay for license music. 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 Didn't pay for license music.
You won't get away with this, mother.
No problem. Huh? Oh, I'm out of power.
And you're out of time, too! One human alone could never beat me!
Maybe not alone, mother, but we can defeat you as a team.
I'll deal with you myself!
Quick, into the warp zone. It's too dangerous to finish her off.
You may have stuck me this time, Chris, but next time I'll be stronger than ever.
So will we, mother.
Why are all the characters dead behind the eyes? It's like they're all future Adam Lanzas in the making.
Well, you're in Videoland. The ultimate warp zone brought you here. Oh, Father, the legend has failed us. The one it brought is just not strong enough to meet the challenge.
If we don't find her, I may never be able to get back home.
Duke. And as for you, you may have helped me win the battle, but the war is far from over. You will stay and help defend Videoland, won't you?
Sorry, Your Highness, but I've got to get back to my world.
A chance for peace.
I know, but Mother Brain can't be trusted. What if it's a trick?
Well, if it is, what better way to find out than to go along with it?
What if we lose?
Trust me, I have the eyes of a serial killer.
I don't trust her. She's up to something.
I don't trust her. She totally can't hear me when I have my hand up here by my forehead.
What do you suggest, Mother Brain?
A challenge! We'll hold a Video Olympics on Mount Icarus. My warriors, athletes, against Captain N and his N team. If we lose, we'll never set foot off Metroid again. If we win, I'll be the new princess of Videoland.
You, princess?
We've got to give her the benefit of the doubt.
But this is what we've been waiting for, Your Highness. A chance for peace.
I know, but Mother Brain can't be trusted. What if it's a trick?
Well, if it is, what better way to find out than to go along with it?
What if we lose?
What happened to Princess Lana? It's like someone ripped her soul right out of her body. Look at her eyes. It looks like she's gonna go shoot up a theater full of moviegoers any minute now. Is Simon having a seizure? And why does Mega Man keep disappearing?
Alright, guys.
The animator really took a lot of time to animate these crotches. We should really focus on this attention to detail, especially for a children's show.
Alright,
I like
guys.
what I'm seeing
Gotta get
here.
into prime shape if we're gonna win.
Kevin's bulge bounces up and down. Lovely.
What am I supposed to do with these balls, Captain N?
I don't know. Why don't you ask Simon?
You can count on me to win the archery event, Princessicus.
No! What, may I ask, were you aiming at?
The target.
Does this look like a target to you?
Something tells me that's not the first time he's asked that question.
All right, King Hippo. Let's see if you can live this much fate.
No sweat!
Ugh. First the crotches and now this. Is that Kid Licorice fighting against Spiro Agnew?
Agnew, give it your stamp of approval.
But why do we need to cheat if you're just going to destroy them with the power of the 3 sacred treasures?
They couldn't even spell match right on the poster. Hey guys, ready for the big Mac? What was the budget on this show? Actually, they really did cut the budget down on this show when it entered its 3rd season. Yes, you heard me right.
No! Wait! It was an accident!
I'll give you an accident on purpose!
What? That has to be a contender for the worst written dialogue of all time! Well, at least they took the time to finish that line, unlike this one.
Now remember, it's not whether you win or lose.
But how you play the game.
No, you idiot!
Meanwhile, back at the Palace of Power, the princess grows fearful of losing Mother Brain's challenge.
She doesn't look fearful. She doesn't look anything. There is no emotion on her face whatsoever. She is a corpse. This is an ex-princess. The princess is no more. What's up with all these useless close-ups? That's an oddly sexual push-up. And why am I turned on now?
I'm too small to wrestle. If King Hippocus sits on me, I'll be Squashicus Maximus.
Wait, your biggest stickers? Here's of this.
What a shrimp! And every shrimp needs a shrimp salad.
Every shrimp needs a shrimp salad? What the fuck does that even mean?
We don't need the 3 sacred treasures, Mother Brain.
You know how I know this is a cheap ripoff of Mega Man? In the real game, Mega Man has to fight hundreds of these little guys, but here, one single enemy is all it takes to defeat him.
Whoa, no fair! Dogs don't count!
Yeah, but hippos do, huh?
That's enough. We'll settle this with a dive. Lover before beauty.
Why did Princess Lana just defend the bad guy from Kevin? I mean, the entire reason she summoned him here in the first place was because she couldn't handle the bad guys herself. What the hell? For that matter, would Kevin even be any help? In the opening to this very show, he's playing Punch-Out and fighting King Hippo. Take a look at the life meters. He's clearly about to lose to King Hippo!
Dancing is easy. Here, I'll show you.
Ah, the mating dance of the California douchebag.
Ooh, I like this.
Whoa! Duke, will you stop chasing things?
Did did you know that Kevin is also a master ventriloquist? I mean, he must be, because he was clearly talking, and his mouth wasn't moving.
We are both ventriloquists, ventriloquists, ventriloquists. We are both ventriloquists and we practice every day.
Nonsense. All you need is a little lubrication.
No comment.
Lettuce is green, tomatoes are red. Turn King Hippo into a salad head.
Hey, this ain't lubrication!
Into the pipe without any toil. Abracadabra, vinegar and oil.
Toss your salad.
Yeah, I bet you will, now that he's good and lubed up. Oh, come on! Now Kevin has to fight this weird testicle monster? I know it's supposed to be a frog, but you animators are sick. They tried to do cute things with the music, such as playing Born on the Bayou in this Bayou Billy episode. Hey, don't knock it. It's more creative than the dialogue.
Phew! For a minute there, I could have sworn I was... Dead meat!
Where did the background go? Was this show really so cheaply made that they aired it without finishing the backgrounds? And did they think we wouldn't notice? Even more perplexing is that they later did go back and finish this episode. So why is that not the version on the DVD?
Oh, great! The quicksands drain my power!
He gets awful indigestion from eating strangers. Keeps me up all night.
Hey, look! It's...
Bayou Billy.
That looks nothing like Bayou Billy. That would be Pitfall. Normally right here I would ask if they actually bothered to play these games, but I think we already have the answer. So, after all is said and done, Kevin decides to go back home.
Kevin, you better not be playing that foolish game. You have homework to do. And don't forget to take out the trash.
That is, until his mother reminds him to take out the trash. In order to avoid the most menial of chores, Kevin chooses to stay in Videoland and put his life in peril while surrounding himself with a group of annoying assholes and a crazy hot chick who will likely someday kill him in his sleep, ironically because he still wouldn't take out the trash. So, is Captain N the Game Master worth it? Are you ready for the biggest joke in the whole video? How much do you think this goes for?
It's free, I guess.
Higher.
11-teen.
Higher.
$1 million.
This goes for just over $100. No, really. So, if you can get over, well, everything, the price may still be enough to turn you away. But truthfully, this series was such an important part of my childhood that, even now, with all of its many, many flaws, I just can't get rid of it. To be fair, it does do some things right, such as using many tracks and sound effects from the games.
Duke, come back here! Duke, no!
And the concept is, admittedly, a lot of fun. I'm also surprised they bothered to license the Capcom and Konami characters, even if they didn't portray them correctly. I won't go so far as to recommend it, but it's that perfect level of nostalgia that I just can't hate, no matter how hard I try. Thanks for watching! So if you've watched any of the Nostalgia Critic's videos, you know that this is the part where he's going to plug for whatever charity suits him today. It's a really big move for him, and props to him for doing something like that. But if you've been to our Patreon lately, you know we just don't have the budget to plug for anyone else but us. So, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see some more like it, please consider going over to our Patreon and throwing a couple of bucks our way.